Are. Oh, hey, we're live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Lunch and Learn today. How are you? Vanessa, how's things in San Diego?
It is a little bit stormy here in San Diego, but I know I have no room to talk compared to the rest of the country. So the
Yes.
sun is half shining, the clouds are out there, the wind is crazy, and I'm cold.
Well, all y'all in Southern California, you cannot whine about the weather ever.
I
Sorry.
know. I know you make me feel bad. Like, I know. I know. We have no room. I'm not shoveling snow. I'm not dodging tornadoes. I'm not packing up for a hurricane. I've got all that. Okay. I realize that we are blessed here in Southern California. And
Yes.
our little chilly day is not a thing for anybody else to feel sorry for us about. I got it.
Yep. Well, hey, before we get started with our lunch and learn, which is about life insurance prospecting, I'd like to know what everybody's having for lunch today. And I'm going to talk food for a minute. If you didn't know, I was in the United States Navy for 6 years, and I learned to like Filipino food. Found a Filipino restaurant last night and had some great lumpia and pancit. Had a great meal. It was awesome. Awesome. I'm going back. First time I've been to a Filipino restaurant here in Vegas, and it was really good. So anyway, what are you having?
That's awesome. That's awesome if you enjoy that food. I had a friend that went to the Philippines on business for a month and lost 10 pounds.
Oh no. I will eat. I will partake. Yes, happily.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is your favorite, Joe? Do you eat sushi and things like that, right? Yeah, we had sushi last night.
Oh, food. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. All right. Harley said just had ribs.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice. Sunny and 17 degrees in Wisconsin.
Oh my God, boy. Natalie, you're probably not playing a violin for me. That's for sure. Okay. PETA with, okay, here's the question. Gyro, hero, Euro. Like there are so many different pronunciations and people have full on arguments about the way you pronounce that word.
Mm-hmm.
So great job, Andrea. Egg salad and crackers and salmon for Yvonne. Ribs for lunch. Gotcha, Harley. You had ribs. That's awesome.
Yep. People are having some good stuff.
Yeah.
You're right. The whole PETA thing, right? What is that?
PETA.
Jeez, this thing's
whole grain rice salad with fruit. Well, look at you, Laura. Healthy.
All right, we ready to get to this?
So Harley says Euro. My wife is Greek. Euro. Mary's having leftover lasagna. Sounds good.
I see gyro. I see all kinds of things in here.
Gyro. Gyro. Okay. But that's what I said. We're going to start a debate about that word alone. Let's move on.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey, let's talk insurance and automations.
Let's talk insurance and automation. So today is life insurance prospecting, how to kickstart your new business. So Joe, this is all about somebody who's just starting in the life insurance business, right? Just beginning, just starting to kick off their business. And as is the case with most businesses, when you're just starting out, you don't really you got to hang up your shingle, right? You don't really know what you're doing. You got to hang up your shingle and you've got to let people know what you're doing. And that's what we're talking about here today.
That is correct. Yes. And I want everybody to stop and put themselves in the shoes of a brand new insurance agent that's selling life insurance. And this happens often. And just like real estate, they get their license. It took them a little work. They had to study. They had to take a state test and pass it. And, they get past all that. And all of a sudden, somebody looks at them and says, well, Vanessa, thank goodness you're a life insurance agent. Now let's talk about your personal sphere of influence. What's going on out there? How many people do you have in your personal sphere of influence that you could be reaching out to today?
Yeah.
And, a lot of people, when they get started in this business, think they're going to get their license and they're going to go to work for a company. The company's going to feed them leads all day long and they're going to be out presenting, life insurance. And that's really not how it works at all. So it's hard to get started in this business because really it's about your personal sphere of influence and contacting those folks. And this automation, it was specifically written. This will not be a long call today, by the way, because really we're talking about a pretty short automation, but what this really is somebody who just got started in life insurance. That is who we're talking about. That's who this automation is for. I just got my license. I now need to start my business. And to start my business, we believe that the best approach is to contact them through the mailbox and let them know what you're doing. Give them a
Mhm.
little bbit of information. Ask them to reach out to you. And I got to tell you, there's something else about sending something in the mail. You know, Vanessa, how much easier it is to reach out to somebody you've sent something to versus somebody you've sent nothing to.
Yes.
Mm, it's an
Yes.
icebreaker, basically, is what
It
we're talking about.
it is an icebreaker. And Joe, I want to point out that the name of this prospecting automation is Life Insurance Prospecting Automation hyphen warm market. And warm market are people you know, right? People you know. Now, we didn't say how warm they are,
Yeah.
how well you know them, but warm market are people you know. Cold market is people you don't know, people you don't know at all. So we're talking about warm market, and we're talking about introducing your warm market or the people you know to your new business.
That's exactly right. Now, of course, there will be a new one coming soon, Life Insurance Prospecting Automation, cold
Cold
market.
market.
Yeah. So
Funny how that works.
yeah. So once you're done with your warm market, we'll get you on to the next section for sure. Awesome.
So these are both of the cards that go out in this automation. These are both 5x7 greeting cards. The first one sends immediately, and that's immediately when you push the button, when you say, hey, this needs to go out. That is touch one or shipment one. And then the second one sends 7 days after the previous shipment. Now, Joe, can we just talk about why we're sending two cards instead of just one?
Yes, definitely. And a week apart, right? There's a lot to be said for uh, there's a lot to be said for multiple shipments. So making sure that people actually know what you do, and then of course timing is everything. You send something out, and it could take people a few days. I'm guilty of even getting to my mailbox, but 7 days later, all of a sudden, something else is there reinforcing the message. And I think the choice of greeting cards, by the way, versus a postcard. Well, if somebody is getting started in life insurance and they just started with Mailbox Power, they have free cards in their account
Hmm.
every month. And if they have a pro account, they have 50 free cards, and an executive account, they have 200 free cards. And all they're doing is paying for postage, which is really the same as a postcard. But we know that the open rate on a letter or on a envelope with somebody's name on it is far, far higher than that of a postcard. So we're really choosing something that fits the warm market and not so much the cold market. And we're trying to be I want to fiscally responsible with your money as well when it comes to an automation. We know that most people probably have a warm market of 250, 300 people. Does it mean you have to reach them all in the same month? No. There's a lot to be said for what's going on here. The term follow up will be a big deal with this automation, because if you're really going to push through it, you're going to send this stuff out and you're going to follow up. And
Exactly.
it's going to make that follow up a whole lot easier.
A whole lot easier because, like Joe mentioned in the beginning, when they've received something from you and then you pick up the phone and actually call a person, then that you've already broken the ice with these cards. So
Yes.
moving on. Whoops, whoops, whoops. So sorry.
We have.
Here we go. Moving on. Here's the front of the card.
So as you can see, it has the first name up there. Hello, Vanessa. Do you have the life insurance coverage you need? So we're asking the question right on the front of the card. And I think the message gets a little warmer, when we get inside. As a matter of fact, I know it does.
Right.
So when you look at this message too, dear Vanessa, do you have the life insurance coverage you need? The reason I'm asking, because I recently decided to become a life insurance professional with Return Company, means put your company name in there. This has been a dream of mine for a long time. I finally got licensed and officially hung my shingle, right? This is very personal, right? You know somebody and they're going to read this and go, oh my gosh, they hung their shingle. Awesome. Now, you may think I want to sell you life insurance, which is true if you don't currently have the coverage you need. But what I really want to do is make sure you and all of my friends have the life insurance they need to take care of their loved ones. I'd be honored to help you do that. And I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you may have about your existing life insurance policies. Thank you for taking a look. And more importantly, thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend, right? And P.S., I'm currently in an office surrounded by professionals who are here for you just like I am. Call us anytime. That PS was added because this automation was not created by me, right? I may have written some words and passed it off to a copywriter, but I called life insurance agents and said, hey, and one of the very first things they brought up was, hey, this person might look like a novice. You may want to add something in here that says they're surrounded by professionals, which is pretty much what that is.
Exactly. And Joe, I just want to point out the use of merge fields in here. What this does, for those of you who aren't familiar with our merge fields, is this card with all of these merge fields, which is anything you see inside the brackets, is a merge field. So bracket, bracket, first name, bracket, bracket, return first name, return last name, return phone, return email. All of those things are things that you can pull that actually automatically get pulled straight from your database or your contact list. So Dear First Name is going to pull whoever you put into that automation. So if you start this automation, and what this means, any kind of automation is something that automatically gets sent out on your behalf, right? So if you start this automation with, say, 50 friends or 100 friends, it's going to pull each one's first name into that field and personalize every single card, including the front of the card for those people. And then it's going to add your return information on the back, on the bottom of the card. And the use of merge fields for all of us is a huge, huge time saver. It's massive. It allows you to set something up once and use it over and over and over again if you need to, or to share it with other people who also need the same type of thing that you do. And you can share that with them, and they don't have to really go and do anything. They can change the words if they want to, but they don't have to.
Right. And that's the way we've written these automations, is to make sure that we've used merge fields. And then Vanessa, I'd love for you to talk about what's on the back of the card and how it grabs that information as well.
Yes,
Using these auto merge.
Yes. So this is our image auto merge technology, which is really unique to Mailbox Power. And the cool thing about this is not only do the merge fields pull that first name, last name, etc., but we also have the ability to pull images into the card, in this case, the card, the envelope, whatever it is. So my profile logo that you see there, which is the smaller box of the two on the back of the card in the bottom left of this screen, that my profile logo is going to pull the logo off your Mailbox Power account, whatever you loaded up as your logo, it's going to put that there. And then my profile photo is whatever photo you loaded up on your Mailbox Power account. So it's a really, really easy way to make it very personal. When somebody flips over the card, they're not seeing anything about our company because we don't brand anything. So we're not branding the box. We're not branding the envelope. We're not branding anything. What they see is you, your logo, your company, and they are associating this marketing piece with you and not with Mailbox Power. We prefer to remain behind the scenes and make you the rock star of the whole correspondence.
Absolutely. Our customers want to make you the hero. That's what we do. And we're going to keep doing that. Yes, definitely. Awesome. So yeah, this is the first shipment, first card. And here we are with the second one. And really the whole crux of the second one is about policy review. It's about giving or setting up the opportunity for your friends, your warm market who already have life insurance, to actually get a free policy review from you. To find out if you do have the right insurance. Is this the right insurance for you, your family? Are you covered adequately? If something happened, God forbid, will your family be covered? And if something happens to your spouse, will your family be covered? And this is a big deal. This is a part of that educational process a life insurance agent has to go through.
And so again, I just want to point out the use of the first name merge field on the front of that card. Yes. And then inside.
Yeah. So, and as you can see, the back of the card looks identical, but here we are. Dear Vanessa, would you like a policy review? It is a great idea to do an annual policy review with your insurance agent. Why? Because in life we grow, and as we grow, so does our need to better protect our family. Maybe you're making more money, have a bigger mortgage, or you're working to pay off a loan, whatever your reason. It may be time to talk about other insurance needs. As a friend, I hope you never have to use your life insurance policy, but there's great peace of mind that comes with having the right insurance policy in place. Life insurance products can be very confusing and tough to navigate on your own. Regardless of your current policy or who it is currently with, I would love to help you get that coverage you need. Give me a call at your earliest convenience, even if it's just to say hi. Simple, right? Just really simple.
It's super simple. And I love the message there, Joe. And I think that this touches, and I could tell that you've talked to some insurance agents in putting this together, because this touches on the reminder that life isn't status quo, right? You may have signed up for a policy several years ago and you just automatically renew it every single year, but circumstances change. Your income changes, your mortgage changes, life's demands change. And the things that you need to have in place for your family should something happen to you, that changes over time. And a lot of people, Joe, in talking to life insurance agents, a lot of people get stuck with an old policy. They get stuck with something that even if something terrible happens, they're not covered because they bought the policy when they were making a minimum amount of money and they're making 3 or 4 times that amount. So I have heard that story over and over and over again about people who get stuck with a policy that just doesn't meet their current needs. So I love the reminder that's in here that we need to take a look at it. This isn't status quo, right?
No, that's exactly right. And, it just, I'm old enough where I've bought enough insurance. And I got to tell you, life insurance, I mean, when I know what a term policy is, but outside of that, I couldn't explain one of the products. And they all have different, attributes, and, some are accruing wealth and some of them aren't. And the old buy term, invest the difference and all that stuff. I just kind of like, there's a professional for that. And
yes.
and just
it's not me.
Exactly. I am not your huckleberry here. It's time to talk to somebody else.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, Joe, this is another thing that is being put together, and I just love the fact that with these automations, there is a flyer, a PDF that is, what is it? What's the purpose of the automation, and then what it actually looks like, and the purpose of each of the different sends or the cards that are in that automation. This is a great piece to help people understand the purpose of all of these things that we're putting together.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, it basically outlines exactly what the automation is, who it's for. It describes it really well, what's being sent, and you'll start to see these show up, because this is what we're doing for every new automation that we present, into the design catalog. And of course, the branding and picture, who to send it to. This one, it's your warm market, but if you're sending to a cold market, the cold market one, we've already worked out the attributes for list builder. Like, oh, these are the people I'm looking for. So when I go build a list that I want to market to using postcards, then clearly that will be on the PDF for the cold market life insurance prospecting automation.
Right. So Richard Conrad has a question here, Joe. He says, I found that I have to separate the husband and wife client contacts for birthday cards. Is there a way to join them and still send separate cards, but also a single card like this? Absolutely, Richard. You can do that. We have something called linked contacts, and that is where you put the spouses or children or even pets. People have put pets in there for people who sell pet insurance or anything else along those lines. So you can do a linked contact, and that links them together, but it also allows you to send separate things to them in acknowledging their birthday. If you have people set up on birthday automations, it's going to pull the right one from the right contact.
Yeah, that was a long time coming. I think that just happened last year that we added those link contacts in October. Is that about right? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And we launched version 3. So yeah, if you've been around longer than that, you may not have known that exists, and it's right there in your contacts. Add a link contact, and definitely works really, really well. Lots of people loving that, especially when it comes time, to send a separate and not have to create a separate contact altogether for the husband, the wife, the kids. All of it just gets,
right
through the master contact. So
yes.
Yeah, awesome.
All right.
Well, that's it, Vanessa. I mean, wow. Short, sweet, and to the point. My goodness, automations with 2 shipments. That's easy.
That was easy. That was simple. I hope that you all have found some value in this. If you'd like to watch this or any other Lunch and Learn, please go over to youtube.com/mailbox power, and you can check out all of our lunch and learns over there. We have done a number of them on different topics and for different industries. So please feel free to go and check that out. And then if we can do anything for you, you know how to contact us. We have that support button right on the bottom of your screen when you're in your Mailbox Power account. So we're happy to help you. Just click on that button.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.